Hey guys, Phoenix Spring Tarot. So, Jlo. There has been a lot about Jlo in the news. So, guys, just to say, I'm going to start this off by saying that I'm going to have timestamps below. I will structure this reading in that I'll do channeled messages from the spirit guides, and then we'll go into the tarot side of it as to what Jlo is going through, how she feels about it, and can she get out of this. So one thing that my spirit guides told me with this energy is that Jlo's situation is an example of what the negative aspects of the solar eclipse Mercury retrograde could look like. You know, the twists and turns of Mercury retrograde means that people are re-evaluating assumptions. They're going back to beliefs that they had. They're revisiting and revising opinions. They're taking a closer look at things that they may have overlooked. Hence, everyone calling her out and calling her fake, and it's like Jenny versus the block, and a lot of things are coming up, and it's all over the social media at this point. It's almost as if people are relishing in the fact that her album hasn't been as successful as she expected it to be, and people are trashing the film, and you know. But from my perspective, putting the spirit guides to one side, from my perspective, I am surprised that Jlo, with her awareness of spiritualism and astrology, even astrology features very heavily in her film by the Greek chorus. I remember when I was watching her film on Amazon, and I saw the Greek chorus referencing astrology on all the houses. I was just like, I knew it! Because if you look at my old readings with Jlo, I say in every single one of those readings, she is very much into spiritualism. She's very much into astrology, and her mother and her are heavily involved in Santa Muerte work. I always say that. And it was really interesting to see it feature in the film. Now, I am surprised that she would use this solar eclipse energy to bring out a trilogy piece of work in eclipse season. You know, the album, the music video, going on tour. And in addition to that, she also has a Netflix film, a sci-fi film coming out in May. And I would say, because she is caught at the tail end of the negative aspects of this eclipse energy, which could last for up to 6 months, I think even Netflix should push back the release date, because Jlo's energy is just kryptonite right now. But we'll see. Now, I'm just going to get into the reading, actually. No, before I get into the reading, another message that the spirit guides have given is that society is overcorrecting now. In that society is revisiting things, bringing things up, and putting things to rights at the moment. But the overcorrection is that they're not taking in any regard to context or another person's perspective or the impact of their words. What my spirit guides have said is almost as if this is an awakening on a collective level, but it's like the awakening. Notice High Priestess awakening, that's just what we're saying. But it's almost as if the awakening is gone in the wrong direction. Like the awakening, instead of elevating and giving people justice and rebalancing the scales, it's as if this awakening is... They're not giving me they're showing me the image of it. So I'm just trying to describe the image into words. It's as if the awakening is guttural. It's, oh my God. Okay, let's start. Okay, I'm just going to start it right now. The cards are ready. Spirit guides, guardian angels of the highest light and frequency. Please protect myself. Please protect those viewing this reading. May we only channel messages of the highest truth, of the highest accuracy. And may the messages we channel give us a deeper perspective and understanding of this situation. Thank you very much. This is the thing that I'm talking about, society overcorrecting. When I was saying they were giving me an image, it was something like this that they were giving me, and I couldn't find a word for it. I wouldn't say Jlo is... I don't know if depressed is a strong word, but I would say definitely taken aback, definitely fearful. This is someone who has felt that they've worked really hard for this, for something that they've done. This is someone who's felt that they've shared so much of themselves and for it to be thrown back in their face like this. They are intuitively showing me an image that Jlo has worked the way she has come up in the industry is the way a lot of people have come up in the music industry. It's as if I'm channeling, okay, thank you very much, Spirit Guides. They asked me to explain this. I'm channeling her energy and her thoughts right now. Now, when I say I'm channeling someone's energy and thoughts, they would never show me anything or give me anything that I'm not allowed to say. Okay, I just want to prefix that. And I want to prefix as well that all messages in this reading are alleged. Okay, so what I'm picking up in Jlo's energy, she's saying is that she hasn't done anything that any other musician or musical icon of her stature hasn't already done already. So if we're talking about having voiceovers, or if they're talking about stealing music, or having someone sing, or having someone do these things, it's not to say that there aren't any other artists out there who also haven't done that, who are of her stature, right? So she's saying that. It's as if from her perspective, with this Eight of Swords, people just don't understand what they're talking about. They don't understand how this works. They're ignorant, basically. You know, she feels that she's very good, she's very skilled. I have also picking up with this as well. It's as if, like, I don't know how this would work, but I'm picking up NDAs as well, have been flying around, trying to tie people up, trying to shut people up also. Because this High Priestess represents truth, and it's like trying to suppress something. And I'm seeing it with the Temperance energy that we have just popping out underneath the deck here. It's like PR, trying to fix this. And I'm seeing that fixing it at the moment is coming through with a lot of NDAs behind the scenes, trying to clean things up. So there's a lot of fixing that's going on behind the scenes. There's a lot of people just don't know. They just don't understand. They don't get it. Guys, you know I don't do reversals, right? This Ace of Wands has come through reverse. So this is telling me it's as if she wanted to launch a number of other ventures off the back of this. It's as if Jlo, whether we, and forgive me again, if this may be out there in the public sphere, I don't know, I'm just reading the cards. But it's as if with this Ace of Wands, she was looking to go into a new phase of Jlo, a new phase of her brand. She was going to use this album and everything else to spring launch into her new phase. We are going to see a new phase of Jlo. They're giving it to me as if this new phase of Jlo actually may have been it may have still been linked to music, but I feel she was going to start stepping away from music and stepping away from it. I'm not sure how she was going to do that, but they're telling me the word more mature. It's like that she wanted the brand to mature and evolve, is what I'm saying. It's like she's going into the sunset. She's maturing her brand. But with the Ace of Wands reverse, it's as if those ambitions are scarpered, because at this point, she is very much on the verge of cancellation, basically. It's like her legacy, she feels, is tarnished. However, with this Ace, like, she feels it's tarnished, but what this Ace of Wands is saying is that it's not tarnished per se, it's just slowed down, right? It's just, in fact, I'm surprised we haven't seen the Hangman energy. It's just slowed down. It's in delay, it's stopped. But when we shuffle a bit more, we'll find out what this Ace means. Let's look at the other cards. She thought that this was going to be a done deal. She really expected this to be successful. You know, that's why she released the documentary, and that's why it came out the way she did. Okay, I'm going to use a term, and this is alleged, but when I'm looking in on her emotions and her thought process around this, I just get a lot of delusion around it. I really get delusion. Like, I'm also getting the fact that there is an arrogance with this Knight of Swords. This Knight of Swords talks about arrogance. This Knight of Swords also talks about, when we talk about someone, this may look like a rushing energy, but I'm not getting rush with it. I'm getting lack of sophistication. I'm getting, Jlo is a, oh God, all messages are alleged until proven fact. There is a bit of underdevelopment with the craft. Now, she's a fantastic performer, fantastic everything, but there's something about her craft they're showing with this that is undeveloped. Now, here is the thing. Interestingly enough, I feel she knows that. That's why this stings with the Eight of Swords. I think she knows that. But she felt that there is an insecurity here with her. Hang on, let me just get some more cards, guys. Spirit guides, guardian angels, thank you so much for those messages. Could we just clarify the Knight of Swords, please? Could we clarify the Knight of Swords? Okay, thank you. There are two separate messages here, but I was confusing them. There is a lack of sophistication. It's as if she's trying to rehearse a formula that has worked previously. She thought it would have worked again. But what they're saying here is that culture has moved on. Society has moved on. Tastes have changed and moved on. And with this Knight card, like with Jlo, we should be seeing a queen. We should be seeing an empress. But it's as if she hasn't adapted. She hasn't, she's still doing and using. It's like, it's not rushing to put something out there, but it's putting out something out there using the formula with the Nine of Cups, using a formula that you think would bring success. But she's still using the playbook from the early 2000s. She's still using the culture and the vibe from the early 2000s. And again, I'm repeating myself, I know. Let me just get this out and I can move on. The thought out, because if I don't get it out, I can't move on. It's like culture has changed. She hasn't adapted. She thinks she could still use the old playbook and the same selling pitch to people. But what she's failed to realize is that people have awakened now with the High Priestess. People are awakened. People are open. People are not fools anymore, and no one's buying it. It's almost as if, yes, you're from the Bronx, and she is from the Bronx. Why shouldn't she say she's from the Bronx if she is? Whether she's on the block anymore or not, that's her business. It's where she's from. But she doesn't realize that no one really cares anymore. It was intriguing before, but no one cares. What people want to know is what's next, what's new with you, what's your truth. And that is what with this Knight of Wands, because a knight talks about an immature energy. And that's what she hasn't realized. Okay, thank you so much. Bye. It's just she didn't have, and I also feel, hang on, I feel it's a matter of the people around her as well. Let me just get a few more energies from this. Even when I sat, and I would say, I don't usually put my opinions into readings, I try not to, but I would say even, I'm a huge Jlo fan, I love her. Like, Jlo got me, was the reason why I started dance training. And she is very good, she's such a good performer, and I feel for her because I feel with all of this going on, people have thrown the baby out with the bathwater. Like, they're not acknowledging how iconic she is. Like, you don't really get triple threats like Jlo. But the thing with being a triple threat like Jlo is that you are a jack of all trades but master of none, sort of. Because and when I say master of none, it's just that the caliber is so high. With the Beyoncés and the Taylor Swifts and all of that. The bar is set so, with the Ushers and, and all of that. The bar is just set so high that it looks like it's master of none, but it's not. I hope that's clear. Okay. Oh, yeah. That's the shame. That's the shame right there. That's the shame. She is leaning really heavily on Ben at the moment. Ben is really being there to help her through this, to comfort her through this. And you know what, guys? There is going to be a lot more that's going to be coming through, a lot more truths that are going to come through. As a matter of fact, remember I said we needed to shuffle a bit more to understand this Ace of Wands card? There is a lot more coming through, which means that this may be quite delayed in terms of anything else that she wants to bring out. I'm not including the Netflix film, I'm including her brand moving to the next stage. Like, that's going to be stuck in the water. Her career is stuck in the water for a little while now. because there is something else over and above what has come up already. There is something else that's meant to come up. And I feel they're showing me a mugshot. In my mind's eye, they're showing me a mugshot. Also, with this Two of Wands, it's not just Ben Affleck comforting her. With this Judgment, if I put it next to the Two of Cups and I'm seeing a mugshot, I think this Two of Cups is an ex-partner. And it reminds me, if I'm seeing a mugshot, that has to do with Diddy. And there is something that's coming up from the past, something, because these are coffins, something that people thought were buried is going to be coming up from the past regarding her relationship that she had. Because I'm seeing a lot of shame here. And it's something about this past that she's shamed of. And I feel it was when she was with Diddy and she had that mugshot, and I think it turns out, and yeah, that coming up again was, in fact, this whole situation for J-Lo is a surprise. I don't know why J-Lo is bringing out anything on a solar eclipse. Like, whoever was advisor, but then again, that's that cockiness. Because with this Nine of Cups and this Knight of Swords, that's cocky. You know, you feel that you... Let me bring this down a bit more so you guys could see it better. I'm picking up that that's just a cocky energy, like, and look, it's like Six of Wands. I don't do reversal, guys. Below the deck, it's reverse. Six of Wands reverse. Like, if this is what she felt it was going to be like, getting everyone's adulation, everyone taking pictures of her, congratulating her. You know, look at her riding through, waving to everyone. She thought it was going to be like that. She thought this is going to be successful. Yeah, reverse. And mind you, all my, like, I turned the card over, all my other decks were upright, but that was reverse. Like, okay. Hang on, what's going on with my deck? Anyway, let me just carry on. Okay, what further messages? What's coming up? Give us a bit more on that Diddy situation and J-Lo. Give us a bit more on the Diddy situation and J-Lo. I have, oh no, my gosh, what the hell? Oh, guys, I don't do reversals. Empress. Remember I just said earlier that J-Lo should be turning up as an Empress? Reverse. Guys, I mean, I hate to see this in the energy. This J-Lo stuff is not going away. It's not going away. It is not going away. I feel that they're working behind the scenes to suppress a lot. There are lots of NDAs going around. There's a lot of suppression happening. There's a lot of PR people reaching out to other PR people to pull stories, calling in favors to pull stories, to try to control social media. But it's like things have soured. The Empress energy reverse is a very controlling energy. It's a very manipulative. It's using your power in a not so good way. And I feel it's being used in a way to help cover up the shame or whatever she's feeling here. This is very much damage control. Okay. And I feel it's not just damage control because of this situation, because there's just so much riding on it. But I get the impression that the fear is that no one would invest in her moving forward. She's really kryptonite right now with that Empress reverse. But not only that, she has the double whammy of this Diddy situation that's come through in her energy as well. Give me a bit more about this Diddy situation. Yeah, we're going to find out very quick. Okay, give us a bit more about this Eight of Wands. What's this Eight of Wands? Hang on, let me sort these cards out. Oh my gosh. What the hell? Guys, you don't usually see me sorting out my deck like this on camera, but my deck is a mess. Like, J-Lo is all... This is, in fact, they're telling me that the way my deck is the way her energy is. It's scattered and it's all over the place. It's scattered and it's all over the place. Like, we have the Emperor reverse. We have the... here's the Hangman. I told you I was going to get the Hangman. I told you I was going to get the Hangman. Yeah, there is a lot of infighting in her camp. People blaming each other. People being fired. We have... Guys, look at this in this reading. We have the Emperor and the Empress reverse. This is crazy energy. Crazy, crazy energy. this is affecting her more than she's letting on. People have to be very careful. Like, everyone sits behind keyboards and, you know, they rattle off, oh, you're this, you're that, pointing fingers. It's as if this, that's why my spirit guides were talking about overcorrection. It's like people correct and want to publish truth and want to say this and that, but they're not being aware of how their words impact other people. There's just like, this is a woman like Heart of Soft. She is very competent, she's very iconic. They're bringing in a lawyer here. It's as if she's brought in a new PR team with this King of Cups. There's a new PR team who is going to set to work cleaning up a lot of things here. But there's a lot of infighting in her camp. I just feel like she's battling people. Battling social media people, battling influencers. A lot of people are being paid off as well. Like, they're spilling money behind the scenes. There's a lot going on behind the scenes that we're not aware of, to make sure that things stay off the social media and to make sure things stay off the press as well. So she thought she spent 20 million for a film. I'm seeing a lot of money being spent out here. There's a lot of money being paid here. And with the scales, they want to get a rebalance to things. Because notice all the reversal cards that I'm getting. They want to redress that. And that's her new PR team. It's either a man who's heading it up, or someone who has that, who gets things done, is what I'm seeing. And I'm seeing a lot of rough waters around them. So I'm picking up that they may be a PR team or spokesperson that have been specifically brought on board for this situation. But it's as if there's a legal element that they're looking at here as well. And that legal element is as if they are trying to prepare for this Diddy case. They're trying to keep that out of the press, at least for that film. Yep, Two of Swords. With that Hangman and Two of Swords, they're trying to suppress things and trying to suppress information, is what I'm picking up here. But what I'm getting below the deck, this Hermit energy, like, we have the Magician and the Fool. I am seeing someone who is in absolute fear of their whole legacy crumbling before their eyes. In absolute fear. Santa Muerte can't withhold karma. I think it's unfortunate for her. I want to part with this message, which my spirit guides are channeling to me, and it's a very important one. What I said at the very beginning of this reading was that Jlo felt she hadn't done anything that was different to what other musicians have done, or other people of her level have done. Right? Those are one of the thoughts I picked up from in her energy. However, with the Magician or with the Fool card, what my spirit guides are saying is, okay, you're coming up, you may have copied or gained inspiration from this one, from that one, and the other. But there was a lack of there was a sense of playing it safe, and there wasn't a sense of evolution or development. Now, this came up earlier with the Knight of Swords. We did discuss that. But what my guides are saying is very important here, is that evolution, that growth and development, and they're saying giving back. And giving back and contributing with the Fool energy to people who may not be, I'm going to say, as fortunate as you. There is something about being charitable that I'm picking up with this Fool energy here and with this Magician. It's sort of using your influence. It's how you use your influence. And it's as if I'm just getting someone who's going, churning things out. But what's the purpose? What's the reason? What does it say about you? What's your message? What is it? And it's as if she failed to realize that. She would get through this. She would get over this. But I'm not picking up someone. She wouldn't be as damaged as, let's say, Kanye is now. It's not on that level. She would get over it. But I don't feel that lesson that I'm talking about how you evolve, how you grow, how you mature into your art or your craft, or what that means to give back, and how are you developing others and evolving and shaping others. It's as if with this Fool energy, look at it very carefully. It's with the Magician is I'm producing, I'm putting things out there. But it's as if people have seen, I'm not saying that Jlo is false, or shallow, but perhaps I am saying that. But what people are saying is that that's not enough. And whether she realizes it or not, with this Fool energy, whether she realizes, I feel with this Fool energy, what this is saying is that she does not realize it. And because you're seeing someone, when you are a fool, it's like you're not learning lessons. And I feel that you're not learning lessons, you're not evolving, you're not developing, you're not growing, you're not sharing that growth with people. Like what Jlo is doing in terms of her dance routines and all of that. I looked at her tour because they're showing me Jlo being on tour in my mind's eye. They're showing me that. And they're telling me a lot of her dance steps and what she's doing is no different from the style she started off with. Like in her videos like I'm Real and Play, it's not different. Whereas when you look at someone like Beyonce, you could see Beyonce's style and way of performing changing, and Beyonce adapting and changing with the times and giving us something innovative and giving us something trend-setting. Whereas with Jlo, we're just not getting that. It's like someone who is just rehearsing, going back to her same old playbook and regurgitating something from 20 years ago. There's that, and she doesn't recognize that, or doesn't want to recognize that as what is coming through here. She would get over this, but it's like she's getting over this at a level of a 7. She's definitely taken a hit from this. And with the Hermit card, it's as if she's put herself out to pasture, really. And it's such a shame because she is so iconic. It almost reminds me of Madonna. Like Madonna is on tour, and I'm looking at Madonna's, they're showing me Madonna in my mind's eye, by the way. And it's like with Madonna's routines, it's like she's trying to recreate her Confessions tour. And I'm just like, Madonna, you are 65 years old. This is not Confessions. Like, again, look, reverse. Yeah, it's, guys, I don't know what to tell you. I wish I had better news. I really wish I could have ended this reading on a better note than this. But this is not good. This does not look good for Jlo at this point in time. For every divine feminine card I get to represent Jlo, it's coming through reverse. It's coming through reverse. And there are a number of other worries that we're going to be hearing more about her. There's something else on the horizon that's coming up. Like I'm just getting a lot of rough seas and rough waters for her. I think mentally I want to put out a prayer for her mental health though. She's going to give a front that she's strong and that it doesn't bother her. I'm picking up that she's going to be putting out that front. But they're desperately, with the 7 of Cups, trying to find something that would work to appease the public. I feel that they would find it, but her brand has been damaged. She would not be, it's at this point in time, I hope it's not true. I hope it's not true. But at this point in time, I don't see any recovery for her at this point. I hope things change. I'm happy to be wrong, because I don't like talking about people's monies and people's career like this. I hope I'm wrong. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. Bye for now.